start up the. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. We've all eaten. We've all
Hi
been
guys,
refreshed.
ready to go.
Right. All right. When everyone else is ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
Right.
Yeah.
The snow is back on, so we're ready to go. All right. So you're all sitting in the cave. It's morning now, and you can all their fires died down to its embers, and I want you all to roll perception checks for me.
We're in a rural area, so I'm going to do that.
All right. Okay. So Logan,
What did you say?
just all roll perception checks.
Oh, okay. But then he said we're in a rural area, so something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that because I'm a ranger, so I get -7 to perception checks in rural and forested areas,
Oh, okay.
which doesn't come into play all that often. So
Haha.
So Logan,
thought I'd use
you see on one of the walls here a tablet that's set into the wall with really faded writing on it. And it's actually ancient Chaldeanian, so you can read it. And it says, "Here be the gauntlet in the mountains. One way through, one way down. Follow the path of Priam," and the name is spelled like that. Follow the path of Priam, son of Sarpedon, to find the way through.
okay. I'm going to tell everyone
And you
what I just read, guys. Do
you
you know what this gauntlet may be?
You look around the cave and you can make out in the dying light that the cave isn't actually a cave. It's the mouth of a tunnel that's caved in. So it's there's no way through this side. But
There may be some outside. Guys, are they awake yet?
yeah,
Are you guys awake yet?
yeah, they're awake.
I guess I'm
Do
still
you,
awake.
Yeah. We might go to sleep. You never know.
Whereas you slept for a bit
just-
longer in the back of the cave and you woke up.
Have either of you ever heard of a gauntlet in these parts, in legends or anything? I mean, I've lived here all my life and I've never heard anything about a gauntlet in the mountain.
I've only my knowledge of Caldania is limited, basically, to what I've heard through the plays of Menshai playwrights, and they're usually imagine Shakespeare on Italy. That's I mean I'm saying that to you as a out of character thing, but you know I've basically have heard stories from plays, but
Right.
how much of it's true I don't know. But there's never been a mention of a gauntlet in any of the stories that I've heard. But yeah, out of character, I'll tell you that it's think of Shakespeare writing about Italy and things like that. It's not really.
On another part of the tablet, it says you start tracing your hand over it, Logan, and you can,
Yes.
and you can see the words "one true son of Sarpedon," Sarpedon on there. Alright. So.
Wait, Sarpedon.
Yeah.
Is he?
Better.
He's
Right.
basically this world's Alexander the Great. If there was going to be one, he's basically Alexander the Great.
But was he not? Did he have some involvement in?
Wait. Hold on. Sarpedon. Wasn't that... Hold on 1 second.
What? Sorry.
I think
Yes,
David,
it was.
I think-
It's Chaldean.
there we go.
Oh, he's
He is
Caldanian. Okay,
Oh,
fine.
no, it's Chaldean.
I must
one
be
of my
confusing him with
villages.
somebody else.
My village is named after him.
Oh, huh.
Ah,
Who is?
okay.
Sarpedon?
Oh, cool. So who's?
That was it. That's who my village was named after.
Oh, cool. All right. Cool.
Well, I'm going to turn around and say to you as well, I think this cave may be more than we originally took it for. Apparently, over there seems to be a caved-in entrance rather than the dead end of a tunnel, dead end of the cave that Rezon
Yeah,
originally thought it
you
was.
can't go any further into the cave. There's just no way in. There's no way in to get to the other side. The only way that you can see is back out the other way into the blizzard and then up the mountain.
Could you reiterate the inscription again one more time?
Yeah. Okay. I was ad-libbing it last time, but I'll read it out this time, like, properly. Okay, so it says, partake through the gauntlet to reach the end of the mountains. There is one gauntlet of the mountains, and one sanctuary of Priam, the one true son of Sarpedon.
True Sons. Very spire churchy.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily.
I was thinking just...
Well, I mean, it's also for Chaldeanians, probably.
Well, I don't know how much your characters know about history, but like Sarpedon actually had a one true son called Parmenion who became emperor after him. So for this person to claim that Priam is the one true son of Sarpedon, because Sarpedon had many children, you know, he had quite a few, even before he got married. So he's got bastards out there. And his bloodline is incredibly potent, incredibly powerful, and and there are stories of the sons of Sarpedon and what they've gone on, and daughters, and what they've gone and done, and you know the heroic feat that they've accomplished and stuff. And maybe this may be one of them. We don't know. But you all would have heard tales of Sarpedon, even in the east, because Sarpedon conquered the east. So, and he was quite well thought of over there. So it's not like he's some anathema guy held up like normal Westerners are in the east. He's actually quite well thought of.
What did you say the name of his son was?
Parmenion, but he wasn't in the east. Yeah, he wasn't in the east. It was Sarpedon who conquered the east.
But I'd probably have heard of him through stories. If
Yes,
I haven't heard of Priam.
Yes. You might not have heard of Priam, because there are a lot of stories about the sons of Sarpedon out there. And this may just be one of them. And there have been people over history who've claimed to have been descended from him who actually weren't. So it's one of those. It's catch-22. Could be, couldn't be. There's no way to prove it.
Well, I think Logan would have heard of Parmenion and Sarpedon and everything, but I feel like he might have had a bit of a blinkered education. So I don't think he would have heard of Priam necessarily.
Yeah.
Or this legend in particular, but yeah, he'd be pretty familiar with Sarpedon's tales and everything that.
Definitely.
So he'd know to put stock into words like this, but he wouldn't know who Priam is. So this would be a bit of a shock to him, definitely.
I mean,
I don't know about Rezon.
Rezon knows, like, the more recent tales, because he's from a small village and he's traveled a bit, but like he's not had a proper education in history, so he wouldn't he'll know about Sarpedon, but the chances of him knowing many of his sons is very low.
All right. Well, we'll carry on. You can all make out that there's no way down into this complex, so you've got to carry on through the blizzard to get out. So,
is there any more inscriptions?
There's no more inscriptions, no. If you're going down the mountain, you're going back the way you came, which is not advisable, because you know what's down there. And to get away from it, you're going up. From what you've seen on maps, you've got to go up to go down. Because Logan, you've been up the path, so you know to get over to the other side and try and get through the mountain, you've got to go up, not down.
Yeah. And Logan would say that it's probably feasible that there is only one path through these mountains, having tried to navigate, where he's got to up to the top, and having come back down again. That this inscription probably is true, and that we need to heed it going forwards. And probably going to suggest that we head out. Nothing left to do here.
Yes.
For him, anyway.
Let's go.
Drag and gather up his stuff, but he's gonna keep his weapons at the ready.
Yeah.
Maybe not fully drawn, but not fully sheathed, so they come out easily as he travels, because he doesn't know when these assassins are going to come. But Rezone also kind of wants to be a little in front, because I know my senses are a bit better than them, and there's a storm, so visibility could be nothing, but smell, we might get something, scent.
Okay.
So he's going to kind of, lead a bit.
Okay. Are you guys happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to say
How's
that
the-
at all. He's just going to step out ahead of them and
Okay.
start up the path slowly.
All right.
Okay.
But careful.
How's the weather outside, Dean?
Pretty
Is it
blizzardy.
still blizzard?
Yeah, pretty blizzardy. Yeah.
Pretty
Not,
blizzard.
not as bad as the
Okay.
night, but it's still pretty bad. Okay. You
Resident's
after
also going to keep a lookout for outposts to rest in between. Sorry.
after an hour or two of ascending the in these conditions, the mist breaks, and you can see in front of you this scene with architecture that's pretty. It's pretty obvious that it's not new. This is architecture that goes back hundreds, maybe even thousands of years to the First Empire. That just jut through the stone.
This is
that spire
this is amazing.
It is amazing. That spire looks a bit like a gauntlet, actually, looking at the top. Looks like a fist at the top, maybe.
You
maybe
think?
that's where maybe that's where we've got to go.
No,
Could be.
Resident, being the curious person he is a little more enthusiastic about this trip now, and
Okay.
thinking slightly less about murdering Hoshi.
Hey.
Okay.
By the way, Logan, thanks for that back there, by the way. I know you didn't have to kill those guys for me.
Don't mention it.
Well, you killed one of them, Hoshi.
It's yeah.
They were after us,
Just-
they weren't after Logan, and
That's true.
Well,
I
It
do
certainly wouldn't
appreciate the
help.
things you do for us,
it certainly wouldn't have helped me if you'd all died on me. So there's some use in you yet.
I hope you know I'm joking with all of the, Sir Knight stuff.
I know. I know. Logan might not do, but I do.
All right.
No, I'm saying that to Logan.
Are you saying that to Logan? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, it wouldn't. Okay, that's fine. Logan's feelings are a little bit hurt, but he's just going to sort of.
No, I mean, I'm joking with all of the mockery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
When I was doing all of the sort of calling him like Sir Knight and all that like nonsense and stuff. I was
Oh, I
joking.
see.
I
Okay.
I value him as a party member. I want him to know that.
Oh, I know that. I value you too.
Good.
Well, we just have to get rid of the other two, maybe, or put them in line.
I still don't advise you trust me, but
Well, we'll see about that. Thanks, Resin. Right, let's should we go? Let's get on. I think Resin's moving away from us. We don't
Yeah,
want
we
to
better
lose him
not.
in this blizzard,
Well, we better not let him get impatient, or he might try and murder me.
or lose him.
Is that going to be the running joke now?
Yeah.
Or it might-
Until such time as you do decide to carry out the act, yes. Or
just don't remind him when don't say that when he's too close. It might just remind him that he doesn't want to murder you.
To be fair, it is well founded, so it's still funny. Okay, should we head off? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
yes, let's go.
Right. So you
We're gonna
guys,
head in this direction.
Yeah, you guys head in the general direction of the monument there, and the weather starts to darken as the storm presses in even more tightly, and as you get towards it, you end up in if you can see on the picture there, you're about here, just going up into it, and it's almost like night's come on, but it's only 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can see the jagged edges of rock and all of the this Valmrethian architecture gives way to rock that's been blasted away by Logan. You recognise it as the binding, been blasted away through the rock, to make a path up here, with all of these sprues and jagged edges that have been. It's almost like the rock's been tortured away and shorn away into what you can see in the distance. You can make out the ancient Valenrethian for Gauntlet on the sprues of some of these jagged pieces of rock, and the word is wrapped around them. It goes round.
Question: did we have to have picked languages? I don't remember picking what languages we speak, but I assumed I spoke sort of Menshai and just like common. But
yeah, you can.
To what extent would an Easterner be able to understand Valenrethian as compared to a Caldanian?
An average person, not at all, and an average Caldanian, not at all. Knights are taught to speak it. It's almost like Latin. Do you know what I mean? So, back in the day, a knight would learn how to speak Latin and stuff. So, Logan,
as a middle-class person working in a touristy, working in a sort of culture.
You can probably speak
in a touristy city.
You can speak Italian, but you can't speak Latin. Do you know what I mean? So you can speak modern day Valenrethian, but you can't really. You can recognise the language, but you can't really fathom what it says.
Oh, okay. So as someone who's obviously spoken to a lot of Valenrethians, I understand the sort of modern stuff, whereas Logan's been educated and knows the old stuff.
Educated.
And Logan spent quite a few years after his parents were murdered around Valenreath and the Valenrethian Empire, and so he would have educated himself a little bit as well in High Valenrethian and things. I would have thought in that time.
Okay. So, Rezon, you're still leading the way, I suspect, did you not?
Well, when I see the writing, I'm going to kind of look at it, and I recognize that it is writing, but it's something I can't read. So I'm going to wait for... I probably can recognize if it's the same kind of writing as it's on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to wait for Logan to catch up so he can read it, because I thought he was able to read it one of the pages.
Cool.
Okay. Well, when I arrive, I'll say, it appears we've arrived at the Gauntlet.
What makes you think that?
This Valenrethian script here actually means the Gauntlet. So
I was going to say,
we have
the big
you were
word
right.
that says Gauntlet.
You were right after all.
All right. Well,
it seems so.
Well, let's get inside because it's getting dark. So I assume there's a storm coming. I'm guessing Rezon isn't really feeling the any kind of binding, but he's it's the mountains, so storms come and go really fast. And Rezon's a bit tired and annoyed with everything, but he wants to get inside.
Okay.
Is there an obvious
on doing that as well?
Yeah, you can walk straight up if you like. I'm not stopping you. It's whatever you want to do.
So Rezon's
do you guys I think we should be careful. I don't know. Something about these old ruins. I mean, call me paranoid, but we last time we walked into old Caldanian ruins, the undead rose from their graves and attacked us. And Magnus had nothing to do with it for once.
I know. I was just going to say that's a normal outing for us, isn't it? But, no, this structure doesn't look like the most welcoming of places, so I agree we should probably exercise some caution.
Out of
character, that looks terrifying.
It doesn't help that the tower itself, it looks kind of ominous.
It's terrifying.
If there's anyone with any who's seen any Valenrethian people, you can see that the actual person encased in that ice, the statue is of a Valenrethian minister, like an actual, one of the men who rules the Valenrethian Empire, clutching a staff, looking down on you all from inside. It looks like it's almost can you see it? It's almost like he's encased, screaming in the ice.
Now you've mentioned it, I can actually see it now. Yeah. I couldn't see that before. That's really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the head's like there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get the staff down that bit.
Yeah, that's the.
And it looks like he's got
one of his
bat ears here. He's got bat ears. The staff.
Cool.
Well, that's one of his ears. But that's fine.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, so you guys head inside and for some reason, this this place creaks as you go in. You can actually feel it creaking, like an old ship, as you're going in. And I'm going to have you draw yourselves.
You've defiled the
Can
picture.
I
Dean, is
know anyone has been here recently?
There's no signs of that.
Like,
No,
any sense?
there's no signs of that.
is it a kind of a creek that seems to sort of like? Does the creek seem to like be reconcilable with the building itself? In the sense of like, does it sound like the building's creaking under its weight and it's going to fall down,
yeah.
or is it like
No,
just a creaking sound that is from the
it
east?
sounds like it's creaking on its own weight, but it's like an echoey creak. So like
Okay.
you know, like a really deep, you know.
But it is clearly just an old building rather
Yeah.
than just a creaking noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
guys can go ahead and select tokens for yourselves if you want from the. You don't need to do X's or anything. If you wish, you can.
Oh, how do we do that?
You go on to the top right and by the chat there's like an image thing, and just go down to tokens.
I don't think we have that.
Oh, you don't have
Oh
that?
no, we don't have that. We did this before. No, we didn't. We don't have that. I
okay.
think it's just a GM thing.
That's fine.
So-
We won't do that then. You can. Do
I might look into getting a picture or something. Oh, there's it.
Yeah.
I've got playing cards up. How does that happen?
I
Okay.
don't know, but that was cool. I'm gonna delete that. I think if I can figure it out. Okay.
Wow. Cool.
Alright.
Was that you? Okay, that was cool.
So
How dark is it in here, Dean?
it's very dark. It's almost like you
Okay.
can't see in front of your face. Dark.
Okay.
In residence, anything?
Is
Where's my pen? There it is.
it an unnatural dark, or is it a
Well, no.
a fairly
it's,
reasonable underground dark?
Like exactly.
It's a building that, from what you can see, no one's been inside for centuries. So there's no real reason why anyone would actually keep light fixtures going and things like that. There are sconces on the walls,
Okay.
but they're not
Good.
lit.
Right. That's what I wanted to see.
In residence,
I'd like to.
before we like the sconces.
Sorry.
Mhm. What? Sorry? Sorry?
Can Rezon see anything in the dark because he's got low light vision?
Yes, you can. You can see stuff in the dark. If you would like to, I'll reveal areas for Rezon that no one else can see. So
I would. Logan would like to use to allow him to see in the dark for 6 hours.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
That was why I asked you whether it was an unnatural dark or not a
Yep.
dark.
you can
That makes sense. It's a bit of a weird question, but
see in the dark 6 hours.
okay.
So it's just how cheating
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very like this temple's been carved out of the rock, and you're actually going down. So you've climbed up the steps, but you're actually going down to the rock from this angle.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we're going down into the. Okay. All right. Logan is going to have a wander ahead. Hoshi, are you okay? Can you see? Can you make your way behind us?
It's pretty dark in here. Can I light a torch?
Yeah.
Maybe
You
it's
can-
not a good idea. I'll
you might-
follow behind you.
Resin's not gonna wait for us.
Okay. Move your characters as you will.
Logan will wait for Hoshi.
Okay.
And on my shoulder or
you,
something.
there.
And I'll lead you through.
Okay, I'm going to follow Logan.
That's what I'm here
who's
for.
blue.
Resin's kind of sticking to the wall.
Oh, I know. I don't know. Well, I don't know cross.
Does it look like there's anything in that little bit off to the right?
No.
Or should I just...
No, to you it just looks like just an empty cave that's caved in over the long years that this temple has been on its own. Okay.
And he's just gonna continue down this way.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Logan's going to go this way. Keep going that way.
Okie doke.
And it's up like-
Cool.
What are they? Is it rough hewn rock?
It's
Does it seem fairly natural?
the sides are actually very smooth, but the rock in the middle is you can only assume that's jutted up from the floor over the centuries because it's quite rough.
Oh,
But the rock on the sides, the walls, is quite smooth, and in certain places it's tiled.
Okay.
So
okay.
the floor is also
Very
tiled
interesting.
where the rock hasn't pushed through.
Hmm. Okay. Logan's going to head over there. Oh, okay. It's fun. Hoshi, you still with me?
Yeah, sorry, just trying to type something here.
Anything interesting as we're wandering through?
Yeah, I'm following behind you all the way.
You can see inscriptions on the walls, Resin, on the right hand side, and you can see a figure doing battle with what looks like, from what you've seen on storybooks and things like that, there's a figure doing battle with Valenrethian soldiers, with his own men at his back. And then you walk further down, and you see that same figure doing battle with a massive dragon. Like, it literally takes up most of this, like, 40-foot wall, this dragon, and this figure's just, like, jumping through the air with a sword outstretched behind him, ready to swing at it.
What was that one movie? Rain of Fire style?
Yeah, that pretty much, yeah.
That's a terrible movie.
I know, but that's such a great theme.
Oh, right. See whether he can sense any kind of binding presence in the immediate vicinity. So
Okay.
sort of
Yep, go for it.
up to where Rezon is in there.
You can't sense any binding presence here, but you feel like a dull throb further down into the complex, like a dull. You know, it's almost like it's concentrated from one area. It's a very dense feeling, like it's pushing down on something.
Okay. So it's like a smell. It's coming from one particular.
Yeah, it's coming
sort
from
of
deeper
general
in.
area.
Yeah, it's coming from deeper in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Logan's going to continue off down here then.
Okay. In front of both. Oh no, that's fine. No, you can't see anything yet, so we'll leave it at that. Is Hoshi gonna move any at all, or is she gonna stay behind? And
No, I'm definitely following behind Logan. Sorry.
Very
Okay,
close.
I just need to know. Okay, that's fine. As you move through there, Logan, you're seeing. You can actually read the inscriptions, and you're mouthing it to yourself. And these are inscriptions of Priam's life. But you can see that these are later inscriptions. These were not in the walls originally. And you can read that these inscriptions were put here by the followers of Priam, by his soldiers who saw him fall. And and there are a lot of etchings saying that they can't breach the heart of the complex to free their master. They can't get in to free their leader.
Oh no.
So eventually they left.
They left. Okay. Are these dated?
They're not
Any dates
dated.
on
No,
them?
no, they're not dated. No.
They're not dated. Okay.
Are we going
Okay.
to free Fran
Can-
and everything again?
Can I tell whether they're decades old or centuries old or millennia old?
You're looking at it, and this
Between
looks
those.
around. I'd say around 100 years after Sarpedon. So we're looking at the fall of the Valenrethian Empire. Around about that time.
Oh, okay. So
Or just
So a
before
fair
then.
while ago.
Yeah, in like the 100 years rule of Sarpedon and his sons. This is where they were fighting, basically.
I see. Okay. Right. I'm gonna come back over here and see if I can join up with Resin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm once again following.
Kind of following the story of him fighting the people and then the dragon. He wants to see what happens at the end of the fight with the dragon.
But the story actually follows along this path here, and actually ends up joining up with this thing. And as you light a little torch and you just wave it in front. I'm only saying this because nothing bad's going to happen if you're lighting a torch, so don't worry. So you wave the torch in front of the story just to try and you're like, oh, and you realise that the thing in front of you is a dragon skull. And it'd be really easy for you to just step inside the mouth and wouldn't even you know, you wouldn't even touch the top teeth of this thing.
Right.
And the rest of the story is actually carved on the dragon's skull. Actually carved on it.
Resin's gonna touch the dragon skull. This is like one of the coolest things he's ever seen.
Okay.
That is impressive.
And he's, you know, he's a bit of a hunter at heart, so he appreciates, you know, this kind of massive creature.
Yeah. You can still feel like a even if you're not that much of a binding user. In fact, you're not at all really. But you and Logan and Hoshi, who's standing nearby, can actually feel the it's almost like the shadow, the binding shadow of this thing, that still has some sort of residual power in it. It's not conscious or anything like that. It's just like a residual. It's almost like, you know, even dead gods can dream, sort of thing. You know, you know, just by being there, it's still reverberating with power and affecting things around it. You can see that the actual earth around this thing is actually scorched a little bit, or just bleached bone colour. So it's, you know, it's still giving off residual power. And the story on the actual dragon skull is the duel fought between this dragon and Priam. And the story is that Priam wanted the throne from his brother, who is actually also a son of Sarpedon, who is the Emperor of Valenreath. And the Emperor made Priam a pact, said, you go to Valenreath, go to Caeldanian, sorry, our province in the west, and kill the dragon Carthon, which had been terrorizing most of Caeldanian. That's probably the greatest of its kind in that age. You kill that dragon and I'll give you the throne. And the last line reads, Priam did his part. Okay.
Yeah, just gonna read that.
Who's killed such a fearsome creature.
Resin's gonna kind of run his hand along, you're about to kind of step into it, kind of look at the teeth more closely, because it's one of the greatest creatures ever, so he's like really admiring it as more than, you know, more as like a partial, like a creature that was born with the binding as well. He feels like this is more like him than, you know, humans are, so he's kind of,
right,
you know,
so
more
so yeah, you're just like rolling your hand over this thing and just loving it. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hoshi, what's going on?
He stepped into the skull.
I'm listening to
while
it.
looking at the teeth.
Can you hear me?
Cool. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
weird.
Yeah.
When my mic doesn't, when my mic does work, the green doesn't show up. Oh no, it's just a delay. It's just the usual delay. Anyway, yeah, I'm just listening to Logan, you know, telling us this story. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Resin, you said you're inside the skull now, just having a feel around and looking at
looking at the teeth, and kind of, you know, sort of hoping that one of the teeth might be loose. He doesn't believe it because of a creature like this. Doesn't expect it, but he's kind of hoping that maybe one tooth will be loose.
I can't, no, none of the teeth are actually loose. No, they're locked into the skull. Yeah, and they'd be too big. Even a dragon this size, even the smallest tooth would be far too big for you to take with you. You know, it's like.
Oh, okay. I didn't quite get the scale on this.
Yeah, you literally the smallest tooth in this thing, you'd have it under your arm as you're walking around. You know, it's not like.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, what does everyone want to do?
Thing goes back.
Yeah, you're back. Down the knee, you're back.
Hi. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I
okay.
went back by accident, so
cool.
I missed what happened just there.
Oh no, it was just feeling around for the teeth, see if any were loose, and they weren't.
Okay.
They won't. No.
Okay, so
just out of character.
Yep.
If you try and if you try and hack one of them out, we're gonna have to have serious words. We're gonna have to have serious words.
Oh, I'm not gonna be that disrespectful towards it, you know.
Oh, okay, that's alright. That's okay.
I was just like, if one was, I would have taken it along. But like, I'm just gonna continue down the dragon at this point.
Okay.
Logan, I presume he's finished the story now, that he's recanted it to recount it to everyone around. So he's just going to walk down in this general direction to see whether there's any other parts of the dragon that he can find.
No, but there are inscriptions later on about the gauntlet that was set up, and that used to be here. Apparently, the Valenrethians threw up a binding gauntlet where the followers of Priam had to fight their way through armies of wraiths and other spectral beings to try and get to their leader. Apparently the spell that bound him here was called the Incantation of Prometheus, which is basically an imprisoning tool, just to seal somebody in forever into a place, and nothing they could do could break through, even though they passed all the gauntlets. And they're basically, a lot of the inscriptions are saying that the gauntlet was a lie created by the Valenrethians to keep the followers of Priam out, and they still can't get in. So eventually, you can see the inscriptions of they're losing hope as they go on, and eventually they leave, thinking that their leader would have died long ago of like a starvation or exposure, you know. So eventually they're left, and their last inscription is the only thing they've been able to fathom is to open the door on the other side of Priam's sanctuary, where they think his body is. His armor needs to be used. That's the only thing they've been able to fathom about the spell that keeps him bound.
Okay. Well, Logan's quite aware that the other two have fallen behind at the moment, so he's going to call back.
Yeah, you guys.
See whether they're gonna follow.
Oh, sorry, I wanted to. Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. So I guess we noticed that the inscriptions continue, but Logan hasn't told us what they say. So I'm going to ask him. What?
Logan would say what's been going on, and of the followers of Priam's strife and everything like that, and then losing heart and then leaving finally.
It's a sad story.
It is a very sad story.
They never found him.
It's certainly a desolate place in here, isn't it?
There's no joy in this keep.
Resin's, Dean, does the body of the dragon, like the skeleton, continue down?
No, it was just the head. It was just the head.
Just the head.
It was in there, yeah.
Only.
Resin wants to see what else there is to hear about the dragon more. He's hoping that there's more to it than it's defeated.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he's
Something-
curious about the guy who defeated him more than he wants to. If his body's trapped here, he kind of wants to see him for himself. This person who's powerful enough to kill this thing.
Okay. That sounds like a reasonable thing to want to do. Yeah. Well, this character.
He has no interest in freeing this person because this is kind of a terrifying prospect having someone like that running around. So he doesn't know that passing the gauntlet is going to be a good thing to do.
Okay.
Although the idea of someone that powerful going up against the Sentinels is, it's a nice thought, but he's not willing to risk the danger with something that ridiculous, someone that ridiculous running around.
Okay. So you can see like this whole place is going down into like the bowels of the mountain.
Okay.
Which from
Well,
what
Logan's
you're
quite keen.
what actually thinking, that's a good thing, because you're like, oh, okay, that means, we're heading in the right direction, because, we want to get down
We're trying
off
to
the
go back
mountains.
down.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, Logan's quite keen to see where Priam's being held, and maybe about releasing him because of kind of the converse to what Rezon was thinking, actually, because he could be used as a tool against the Sentinels if he's fought against them in the past, if he's still alive, for example. And that's all good in Logan's books, so he'd probably be quite keen to go down and not necessarily free him straight away, but he's thinking about it.
Is Hoshi staying down here, or what's she doing?
I'm interested to know what Logan wants. What are you thinking?
Logan wouldn't voice that aloud. He'd just be thinking that.
I'm just asking you what you're thinking, though.
Oh, what, out of character? Or in character?
No. In character, Logan, what are you thinking?
I'm just thinking we're going in the right direction. You know, we're going down, we want to head out the other side of the mountain. It seems like the inscription was right. This seems like this is the way to go. We haven't encountered anything too terrible yet, so let's hope that continues. But be on your guard.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we better keep going.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright, so,
There's something kind of sad about this place, you know, it's... No one really ever celebrated who Priam was. It seems like these guys were the only ones.
okay.
I can agree with that.
We just,
At least he was remembered. That's more than most of us are.
By some, at least.
God's forsaken land.
Are you guys gonna head on? Or are you gonna, stay there?
Yes, we're gonna head down. We're gonna head down.
Okay.
I am anyway.
Alright, so, I'm gonna put you all there. Draw yourselves in the highlighted area, or the area that you have.
You know, I think that's the first map that Dean's used where he hasn't tried to kill us with something.
I know.
That was, yeah, a narrative map.
That was far too nice.
Well,
was
that
good.
makes me worry more for this next map.
I know, exactly.
Tempting fate a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, it was going to happen at some point, wasn't it?
Alright, you guys have had, from the last map to this map, you guys have walked down what seems hundreds of feet into the bowels of this place. And you've scanned around and you've seen signs of ancient battle where people have fallen. And this must be the gauntlet that you're passing through. That has already been beaten by his followers, but then they couldn't get into the final resting place because of the final cruel trick that the Valenthians placed on them with the Prometheus incantation. But you can smell fresh air down here, which is a promising sign. And Resin just takes in like a vast gulp and just breathes it out like it's just ecstasy. Like, oh god, it's so nice because he just not smelled it for a while since you've been down here. So, yeah.
All I've had to smell recently is Logan and Hoshi again.
Hey!
You guys do that.
And dust.
Probably more Logan than Hoshi, but yeah.
To be fair, I don't think any of us have had a shower in a long time, so I think, yeah.
No, that's true.
No, Resin took a
We
bath
probably
over
didn't smell
there.
great.
Alright, so is that anyone moving on? Doing anything? Or?
Yes, yeah.
At least we don't smell like wet
is that
dog resin.
Good one. Yeah, Logan's going to head that way. Oh,
Alright.
God.
Just position yourself whenever you...
I'm assuming we came in from the left. Is there anything down? Or is
No,
that just,
no, that's just a wall. You can actually see that's a wall.
Okay. Left it is, or right it is.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, that's a bridge.
Okay, you look out over to this glistening dark stream that's flowing down. It's flowing down from this way to this way. So it's going that way, you know what I mean? It's going up. But it's going up on the picture, but going on the picture that's going down. So it's flowing all the way down from the mountain. And
Okay.
Logan, you bend down and you scoop some of this up in your hands and you take a sip of it. And you all do it and
I was just going to say, yeah.
and you start like washing yourselves with this fresh water. And Resin, you actually you sniff it and you taste it, and there are really healthy minerals in this. It's rich, really rich water that you're drinking. And so you pocket some of that for your chemical supplies. For your you bottle quite a few bottles of it. So, yeah, and so yeah, as you look over, you're actually on one of the highest points, so you can see quite far. You can't see above here, but you can see up. Whoop, what am I doing? Whoops. You can see this up here, so I'll do that. You can see all that.
Okay. I was actually going to suggest that Logan was going to drink some of that, so that's good. Thank you for reading my mind.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Once Logan's washed himself off and everyone else is quite content to move on, he's going to make his way over there.
Of them when they wash themselves off,
Okay.
and filling his water, just so you know.
All right.
Very purposefully staying upriver of them.
That's fine. All right. So you Resin, you walking into what looks like a patio. So there are like all the way across the floor here. There's different pieces of pottery that have been scattered around and broken over the years. And a few of them are still intact, but they're extremely dusty. And these are like monochrome pieces of Valenrethian art that have been like dotted around in the square, so that in this little area.
Is it light enough for Hoshi to see yet?
Yeah. It's not as dark as the rest of the place here. It's kind of lit.
I was gonna say, did Logan just leave Hoshi across the river? He can make it.
I was going to ask. He'll be fine. She'll be fine. Okay. Is Logan getting any vibes of this being a sort of burial ground or something that was the centre for, the wraiths and everything that was mentioned earlier?
You can see a few things around. That this is as far as the followers of Priam got, and so they left offerings here just to make sure that they were appeasing their leader.
Okay. I'd probably indicate to the others that this is as far as they got, and that we should be very, very cautious from now on. And then he's going to just sort of slowly advance in this general direction.
Okay.
Let's watch them for a moment, because if they couldn't get any further than this, there's probably a good reason.
Yeah, that's what Logan's thinking.
And that's why Resin's going to watch Logan find out.
You can see this is a wall here, so you can't really see anything else there, but you can see that from there.
Oh, okay. Well, Logan doesn't have much idea of what that is at the moment, so he's probably going to wait for the other two to catch up. I'll just presume Hoshi's following me.
Logan didn't die.
Are you waiting?
So we'll follow him, I suppose.
Okay.
Also, Resin sees a little bit of a little path down here, so he's kind of curious. He's going to take a quick look over here.
All right. Yeah, you just see like a branching pathway that's actually been caved out by the rock. It's actually fallen in on itself. So that's not what they made. It's something natural. It's broken away over time. So you get like a very faint mossy smell coming from down there, but nothing else really.
Can I go in there to look, or is it too
narrow? Yeah. You can squeeze in.
Resin's because he knows that they all got stuck up there, so he's not in a rush to kind of get stuck where Priam's followers went.
Yeah.
So he's gonna kind of see if there's something else to this place.
Okay.
So he's gonna go down this hole.
Okay. So that's basically a moss-covered, lichen-covered corridor that's been carved out of the rock by the rock itself, it looks like. So this has been carved out by water, so you look on the floor and you can see this water may have, the river may have been coming through this and then dried up and then or switched paths, but this has been carved out by the river.
Does the lichen look like anything that might have medicinal properties?
No.
Or,
yeah, actually. And what did I say that was? Because I did say that was something. There we go. That is echo bark. That is all echo bark. So you can, and there's one there's Lilith flowers in it as well, which are basically like, what are the green things that go on top of ponds? Yeah, the
lilies.
Lilies, yeah. They look like lilies, but with like red centers. So there's lots of I'm going to give you
More like
15,
lotuses?
15 small bushels of echo bark and 5 lilith flowers. Lilith flower is one of the main components of Night Eye, which allows you to see in the dark for 6 hours. And the echo bark is one of the main parts for a recovery vial that allows you to double your combat actions for 1 round.
Cool.
Guys, can I just ask what I missed just now?
You've missed basically resin looking for alchemy ingredients in that corridor down there. That's it, really.
That was
well,
revealed,
fun.
and
this was
Resin's
revealed,
gone to
yeah.
look for hippie plant stuff. So
Well,
you can either follow Resin or
I
me.
just saw an extra path, and I went down that way because everyone's kind of getting, they all got stuck up at this altar.
Okay.
Let's see if there's something else around, and I happen to pull or something.
Okay, so what you're saying is I can either follow the guy that I'm pretty sure wants to kill me, or the guy that recently...
Not only follow him, but follow him into a dark little nook in the rock.
Yes, or I can follow the guy that recently and selflessly helped me defend myself against 2 assassins that were trying to kill me.
Pretty much.
I think I've made my choice.
Okay, we're going to go this way. Okay. We're going to advance round.
Sorry, Logan, I was,
That's okay.
well, I was just looking at some of the interesting beat there.
Well, there was a nice waterfall here, so I don't blame you.
Are we actually still underground? I guess we
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
We are
Yes.
still underground,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, you was.
Just about. Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it was a cave, and it wasn't. I thought I'd heard you. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Okay. Logan's going to stare this way and see if he can he see anything else from there at all? Oh.
Can I?
Ooh, I see a
God.
doorway.
Oh, Logan, I see. Yeah, can he? Right, in terms of the.
Yeah, you can see this as well, Hoshi, because it's quite light here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Hoshi,
see. You can see that inside the. Looks like a. If you've ever seen a Roman style or Greek style, like the Parthenon, something like that, like a temple like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what this looks like, but underground. And where the black pillars are, there are sconces on there, and they're actually alight.
They're a light. Okay, that's worrying. Hoshi, just stay here for a minute. I'm gonna go and have a look over here. See if I can see anything that may... Because I'm a little bit cautious about going right into in the direction that that so many Valrethians went through and failed. So let me see if I can
I'm gonna
puzzle
get
some
my.
clues out
I'm
of
gonna
this
take
area.
my bow out as he's walking away. I'm gonna take my bow out and just kind of like find a good vantage point to watch his path, because
Okay.
as much as Logan thinks he's self-sufficient, I want to be there to get his back if he runs into trouble.
No, but the thing in front of you, Resin, is the plank thing. That's actually a bridge going into you're in between the adjoining room of this temple and the temple itself. So you're just between 2 walls, so you can walk underneath the bridge to get to the front. Yeah.
So he's gonna
Dean,
continue.
are those steps, or is that just a natural rock formation
That's
that
that's
is impossible?
That's clay that's been naturally carved out of the rock by the water over time.
Okay, so it's impassable. We can get down there. Okay,
You can go down there. It's just
go down there.
yeah, you just go to the water. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, can Logan see anything in this direction here,
No.
or is there not anything over there?
No, that's a wall.
There's nothing over there. That's a wall. Okay, good. That's what I like to hear.
Well, Resin wants to kind of go across that bridge, so he's gonna. So I think he's gonna follow Logan in if he's going in.
Okay.
Oh, there's a bridge. Okay, let's go. Let's go in.
Well,
Logan's gonna
he's
step
not saying
cautiously
anything
in.
about the bridge. He's just kind of.
Oh, you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything about the bridge.
He's
Okay.
just kind of watching you go in. He's gonna go on the bridge after.
Okay. Your feet echo through this chamber as you walk in, and you can see inscriptions on the walls
she's-
about Priam, and basically these are a lot less flattering. They're basically about a usurper who tried to take the throne from his brother, and so his brother sent him on a penitent quest to kill the dragon. And when the dragon couldn't do the job of killing him, the Valenrethian ministers were dispatched to make sure he never left the mountain where he killed the dragon. Basically.
See.
And paint the
Okay.
Valenrethians as heroes rather than, so two sides to every story, some sort of.
Mm. Right, I would have spoken that aloud to everyone, and Logan's a bit curious about where Resin's going, but he's going to let him go off that way.
Okay, Resin. You actually come into a room where in the centre of it there is a it looks like a mannequin, but it's like a it's got a suit of armor on it that looks like an Akaviri, from you ever seen Skyrim? You have the Akaviri armors that you can get on it. It looks very much like that.
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, it looks very much like it. It's
like samurai.
Yeah, it's sort of like a mixture between Roman and samurai lamellar plating and the Lorica segmentum. It looks more Roman than samurai, but it's basically the Lorica segmentum with samurai bits, and it's actually brilliantly white in darkness, but when you shine your torch on it, it goes to like dark normal colours, like iron, and then when you take it away again, it goes brilliantly white again. And it looks like a really big set of armour. Like it looks pretty beast. And this armour covers the Greaves helmet. It's the whole 9 yards. It's like all armour.
He's gonna kind of look around it.
Okay.
Is there any inscriptions in this area?
Let's see. The only thing you can see is three. There are a few words that say. Well, actually, you don't know what they say. They're in Valenrethian, so you're passing them over. It's the same language that you've seen all the way down here.
The question I'd like to ask is there any clear, is there any clear indication or unclear indication that this area of the complex is of a different sort of authorship to the previous section? So is it architecturally different?
Yes,
is there
it
sort of
looks
writing
like
style different?
Well, not only to Logan, not to you, but not only is the story completely different. Well, it's the same, but it's worded differently, so that the Valenrethians are painted as heroes rather than the villains who trapped a hero down here. That they're the people who saved the Emperor of Valenreth from the usurper who was his brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that Logan told us that.
Yeah, but apart from that, it looks a lot more stylized and a lot more like it hasn't been chiseled into the rock higgledy-piggledy. This is a temple that's been set here deliberately and placed here so that anyone who comes can see, So
perhaps somebody else has made it.
From what you're gathering, from what Logan said, the Valenrethian ministers made it to imprison this
Priam.
usurper.
I'm gonna call Logan over to come raise it.
Okay.
Resin, where the hell have you got to? What the hell are you doing? Okay, alright.
Shiny armor.
Okay.
Indeed.
You can see
That was out of character. The shiny armor was out of character.
Alright, okay.
Logan, you can make out the words "Behold, Sunbane, armor of Priam."
Ah.
And Hoshi, do
Well,
you want to go
I've
back?
heard-
Do you want to go in there with them, or
Oh yes.
move yourself in there? Hoshi, do a perception roll for me. Since that where you're going to stand, are you standing just behind them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do a perception roll.
My
Okay.
perception is 6.
Yeah. Okay. So here on the wall, okay, you can see.
Yeah.
A crystalline bow there on the wall, like just set in the, and it says
Whoa.
"Behold the Sunbane bow, favoured weapon of the sister of Priam."
I'm just kind of in awe of it at first. Like, what? How how is this? How does this work?
It sort of
How can
looks like
this
it's
be
made of
real?
glass. It looks like it's made of glass, but when you touch it and you like pull it, it feels like wood, and it reacts like
I
wood.
want to pick it up and just kind of like. I'm not even sure like how this is a bow that works, but yeah, I'm gonna like really tentatively pull it back and see if I.
Yeah,
just
you can.
Hoping it doesn't smash.
It's like silk, and the string is like silk, and then you pull it back, and you pull it back, and you tentatively do it, and then you go fuck it, and you do the full on longbowman stance.
Yes, exactly.
And you pull it right to your face, and then you let it go, and it makes like the most smooth, satisfying sound. Like it literally cuts the air and it snaps back really quickly.
Guys, this is amazing. Look at this.
Like, oh. And then if Logan gets to looks away, I'm going to I think I'm going to pick up the helmet off of this guy's armor.
Oh, that's not meant to be like that. Hang on a minute. Discount that, what I just put on there.
What did you just put on there? Granite.
Just out of character.
Yeah, the range is supposed to
Resin,
be
did you ever give
250.
14.
Did you ever give Hoshi that bow that you originally picked up?
No.
No. Okay.
Wait, can you explain what these
That's fair enough.
numbers mean?
The damage is 14d10. You can target 2 people with it in one turn.
Oh,
It crits on
Or shoot twice.
It crits on a 4,
Question.
and it's times 2, so you double your damage.
okay. With the target 2 thing, would that be split the ammo, split the damage half
Yes. No. You can.
between the...
No, you can. Each shot does 14d10. Basically.
Right, but
Each shot.
but I mean, if I was targeting 2 people,
Yeah.
would it be 70 times the other, or would it be half?
You just
the
shoot. You just shoot.
14d10?
You shoot one bow into each. So one would be 14d10. The other one would be 14d10.
Oh shit! So I can.
Yeah.
Each bow does 14d10.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does this mean I can do 8 shots per round?
Yeah. It's like 1, 2,
Oh.
And
man.
I got that wrong. Discard the new one. The old one's the right one. So because I put, yeah, but the range is 300 feet. So it's 14d10 damage. Target 2, crit 4, times 2. Your AP, so you discount 10 points of the opponent's armor. Its range is 300 feet, and its cost is 1500 golden arms.
AP 250 would just be like.
Yeah, there is no
armor doesn't exist anymore.
No. I thought that was range, so I thought fuck, it's not range 10, so but it's not. It's fine the way it was.
Dragon Wise. Okay. Does anything terrible happen when the resin picks up the helmet?
No.
The helm? No? Okay. What are you going to do with it, Resin?
How does the helmet feel really heavy armor, or does it feel like light armor?
It feels light, but then you try pressing your thumb into it, and it just doesn't move. It's like you're pressing on ice, and then you get like the butt of your dagger out, and you start like dinking it, and nothing happens. It doesn't even make a ding. It just like, oh.
I think Resin's gonna, start taking the armor off the mannequin. Slowly and carefully, kind of looking at each piece as he does it.
Okay.
But if it was a really heavy set of armor, like if it would constrict Resin's movement, he would just ignore it and let Logan play around with it. But
hang on a minute. Let me just. So you've got the armor in your hands now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do this.
Nine.
Hmm?
Yeah, Resin's definitely going to collect this armor.
Okay.
And probably put it on for the most part, because he's just like, this is like the coolest thing ever.
Okay.
And he's just like completely in awe of the armor and ignoring both Logan and Hoshi and their little playing around with his bow.
Okay. So you got the armor on, and you put the greaves on. You literally look like Achilles, basically from Troy. the actual movie. So that's basically what you look like. Because the actual helmet is a Valenthian one as well, so it's got the Corinthian crest going up and down, that sort of thing. So it looks when it's got light, so when it's in daylight, it's black, this armor. But as soon as you go into darkness, it just ignites into like this shining, beacon, basically. And yeah, that's what you're wearing at the moment.
Quick question. Is it 16? Wait, yeah.
That's armor
Or
score.
how much is the total? Is that for like one piece? Or is that
That's for the whole thing. That's for the whole thing. 16.
All right. That's fairly low. All right. Is it like the full armor set, or can I supplement it with some of the leather stuff I have?
Oh shit! Hang on.
I was gonna say.
No,
16
sorry.
plus
Yeah,
leather.
I haven't added the others onto it. There's 2, 2, and 3. So 7. So that's
Leather.
21.
Leather.
21 AS altogether.
All right.
Or have I done that wrong? Hang on a minute. Let me just go back and have a little look.
Let's say like a full set of leather is 6, 14. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wearing actually. I'm
Full
pretty
set
sure
of
last time I
leather
took
is-
damage, I forgot to deduct that.
Hmm.
Mind you, I assume the
no,
assassins
no,
would
I've
have
got
been
it.
using
I've got
armor
it.
piercing.
I've got it. No worries. I've got it.
21.
It should be 32.
Ooh.
There you go.
It
That
should be
sounds better.
32.
Oh.
Now that I'm looking at the, because I took out the ferrite stuff, so.
Oh, that's glorious.
Okay. So it's
Pretty
32.
strong.
So we got like 16 for the main armor piece. To do 10 for the helmet, because it's so you're on 26, and then it's 4 for the greaves and 2 for the so it's 32.
Chief of the Gauntlet.
Could you say? I was going to write down the scores for the individual pieces. Could you say? them one more time?
I'll do it. I'll do it here. I'll do it here.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Curious is the main bit.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that apparent.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
I mean, your head and body are the important bits, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
All right. So what's
Like
everyone gonna
Very
do?
nice.
I'm really happy with this new armor.
Logan has wandered off.
Okay.
Oh well, I'm definitely gonna be. I mean, I was showing Logan my bow, so I'm wandering with him if he's wandering.
Okay.
No one's
Oh, you're
one's
wondering, okay.
present in this shiny new armor. Wow, guys.
No, I was just going to let you play with your new toys and things. Right, is there anything in this
don't.
room, dude?
Can I quickly whisper to Logan? Can I quickly whisper to Logan while Resin's in the other room?
Mhm.
Just like, please don't leave us alone.
Okay, I'll try my best. Let's
Resin's trying to is trying to be a bit acrobatic in his new armor, by the way. Like he's seeing how fast he can run in it. He's seeing how fast he can run and like dodge with it.
All right. In this room, you can actually see there are like dusty tomes everywhere, and it just looks like a ramshackle place. It's not very nice. Like it's all part of the walls caved in. So this part of the temple is not very well looked after, and it's only the one room. You can't like look at anything else. It's just like empty space. Unfortunately.
Well, if there's not anything else, anything that looks interesting in there, then I'll head back through this way
Okay.
and head towards this opening-looking thing. It's,
Okay. I'm gonna move you over here.
I presume Hoshi will come with me as well.
So she want to go
Mhm.
with you? It's up
Yes.
to
Eventually, Resin decides.
Oh my,
I'm gonna
oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
Post you over there.
You'll see.
Resin, are you going in there?
He's kind of curious as to where they've wandered off.
Okay.
He's gonna
Oh,
take
dear
a quick
Oh my.
quick
Oh
peek
dear
in here,
god.
and then just kind of follow them. If there's nothing really in this room, he's just gonna follow them.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Right, where
What
are
is
we drawing
that?
ourselves to?
You don't need to. You can draw yourselves. It'll be. You just come in here.
This
Someone's
looks
having a good time.
poorly.
Someone's having a very, very good time there.
It's the Avatar.
I'm trying not to make this session sexual again. So we'll leave it.
So as you can,
Yeah.
Logan, you're like feeling around like with the binding, and you can sense old binding that's ebbed away over time. So basically, in your head, you're calculating that the followers of Priam couldn't get to this point because of the Prometheus incantation, but the incantation's worn off over the hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of years since it was cast, and especially since the binding has receded from Keldanian. It's gone basically, but all of this scorched rock around the statue is where the incantation was, but it's no longer there. It's gone away. It's dissipated.
Okay. This is water around us, isn't it?
Yes, there's fresh water that you've just been
Okay.
preaching through.
That's fresh water. Okay. That's alright, it's not anything more. Okay, I'm going to amble over up to the statue and see if there's any inscriptions on it. At the base.
Resin's a little worried. Like, what? He's gonna say out loud, "What happened to the Prometheus curse?"
It just seems to have ebbed away with time. The reason why Priam's followers were so unsuccessful was because the binding presence was still here. You know, it's been decades, even centuries, even. I'm not really sure how long, but you know, the binding's receded now, and it seems safe enough to me. Doesn't seem to be any.
Are you sure?
Well,
Doesn't
where
that
is
mean what's
Hoshi?
imprisoning him?
Is Hoshi on the map on your map? I need to
Oh,
know
I'm
where
sorry.
everyone
I
is.
think we didn't need to.
Just draw wherever you are on the map where you've gone.
Yeah.
I'm as sure as I can be.
Doesn't that mean
But,
what's
um,
imprisoning him is gonna be weaker?
I don't know. I'm not the expert at the Magnuses, unfortunately.
Do you want to
but,
see the these pots here? They're all linked to each other. There's like power linking them, like a line of energy linking them. That's just it's almost like it's singing. It's like just like that. And along the floor here, you can see here stands the arch traitor around you in Van Rethien.
Resin, get over here. You need to see this.
Resin's a little nervous about coming up close, but he'll take a couple steps forward. But I'm not coming up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Whereabouts are
Well,
you?
I'm just going
Resin?
to call back to
You
you.
do that. Hold on.
Resins goes. Oh, Alright.
Push your shoe.
Yeah.
He's still zooming around everywhere.
Okay.
Logan's going to mention the fact that in order to
Hang on a
progress any
minute.
further,
Hang on a
he'll phrase it like that.
Hang on a minute.
Sorry.
Resin, I need you to take another step forward. You can't help yourself. Like the armor's being drawn onto these shining pillars of light.
He's going to try very hard not to.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm looking like, guys, something's happening.
It's like it's actually pulling. You've stopped walking. You're on your knees now, but it's pulling you across on your knees towards the statue.
Logan, pull me back.
What the hell are you doing? And Logan's going to run over and try and push him
I'm
backwards.
on my knees and being like dragged forward. You can tell I'm not like walking anymore.
Logan's
Okay.
going to try and feebly
You
try
are
and push
now-
him back.
You are now in the air, Resin. Like actually, like in the air. So,
Awkward.
so you like being pulled into the air. And yeah.
Logan, are you hanging up?
Yeah, Logan.
Logan's trying to pull you back, but
Okay.
I don't think it's working very well.
Logan, are you going to stay attached now? Because he's like 15 feet in the air, going towards the statue.
He's going to try and hold on for a few seconds to see whether it's going to work or not.
It's not going to work.
Okay, fine. Logan's just going to drop to the floor and wish Resin all the best of luck with his flying.
Okay.
You know,
And
escapade going on.
Resin's going to try to get the armor off as best he can while sort of being blown away.
Well, as soon as Logan lets you go, Resin goes flying onto the statue like it's a magnet and goes dong onto the actual statue, and he's cursing you both as the energy pours into his armor. And finally, there's a cataclysmic explosion, and you're all flown back. So I want Resin to be over here, please. You're still alive. You haven't taken any damage.
Always happen to Resident. This always happens.
Oshi over here, please.
All of my campaigns. In every campaign. I always do this to myself.
Hoshi,
It's more fun that way.
put yourself over here for us.
So over there.
Okay.
And Logan will be here.
How would you like me? Okay, good. There we are. So
Right.
that's not a very good colour.
Right. The statue has exploded, and what can only be described as a sarcophagus, rises up out of the floor, and then where the statue actually was, and it looks about 7 to 8 feet tall, and has all sorts of inscriptions and words on it that have just
I knew it
that
was
have
a
broken.
bad idea, but Resin wanted me one. Stupid Resin wanted me one.
So finally everything crumples off away, like the sarcophagus crumples away, and there is a man standing there, incredibly powerfully built, looks about 6'8", 6'9", and he has this shock of almost golden blonde hair, just waving back over his head, and but it's sort of like a dark hair, but blonde streaks going from, and it's in a mohawk that's been pulled back over his head, and he just looks up. He's got simple armor on, and he looks, he blinks around like he's confused, and then just feels his own chest like he's checking he's actually there, and he just rubs his eyes, and looks around, and starts stepping down the steps, and he
Logan's going to try and wander up to him.
gonna do what?
Logan's going to wander up to him if he's recovered.
He basically just fixes you with the glare, and sort of holds you in your tracks. And what do you want to do?
Hello. It seems that you've been asleep for a while. What? Are you Priam?
He says.
Do you remember your name?
He says. In perfect Valenrethian, he says. You speak a bastardized form of my tongue. Why are you here? Why am I here? Where is here?
Well, you're in Caldanian. You were imprisoned by the Caldanian ministers after you defeated the dragon, who's Valenrethians. Oh yeah, that's right. Whose head is upstairs. Well done on that, by the way. I don't know how long you've been asleep for, but it seems that many centuries have passed since you were last awake. I'm surprised you're alive.
He says, how long?
I have no idea. It must be centuries. But we stumbled across you, so we have no idea.
Who sits on the Valenrethian throne now? Which one of my bastard offspring or brothers sits on there now?
Out of character, who does sit on the Valenrethian throne?
No one. It fell centuries ago.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, of course, with the Keldons. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, in character, none. Everything's organised in Keldons now. The Valenrethian throne was overthrown centuries ago. No one's sat in it for years.
The world has gone since I left. And then he turns round and looks at Hoshi and goes, and what is a woman from Menshai doing here? We're in Caldanian, correct? One of our provinces.
That's correct.
And he looks over to
she's
looks over to Resin and goes, and his eyes just light up with indignation. And he's like, "How dare you!" And just like starts like stalking over towards Resin, and it's like literally picks Resin up by the scruff of the neck and just hoists him up. And he goes out, "Unhand my garments! Unhand my garments!" and starts shaking him, sort of thing. And and
I
eventually,
presume Resin doesn't understand what's going on.
No. It's basically like the guy's just speaking complete Latin to him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's looking at you with pleading eyes, basically. Just like, "Get him off me."
He's gonna try to pull the guy's arms off of him, so he's not, being taken.
Do a body check for me.
That's ridiculously strong. My body doesn't have a modifier. Right. But I can reroll body checks, right? Shiny armor. Oh, I think I'll stick with that one.
Oh, that doesn't get it, but you can re-roll it if you want.
Oh, okay.
Neither does that. So he basically feels your strength and like sort of goes, and then sets you down and says, "From what I remember of the incantations before I was put under, only somebody getting through the spell with my armor on could open the gateway, so I presume I should thank you." And then sets you down and says, "So what am I to do? The world is not as it was. I have no reason to exist."
Sorry.
Well, one thing hasn't changed. The Spire Church is still prevalent, and I believe you had a bit of a quarrel with them all those centuries ago. And as it happens, we've just become not so fond enemies. So I think maybe that's something that we could go in on together.
Goes, "Together, no. Those men are the men of rags. No, the men who put me here were ministers of the Valenrethian Empire. They had nothing to do with the Spire Church. They had nothing to do with the religion. They were parasites, born of the binding, and they stuck me here. When I claimed my rightful place on my brother's throne by killing that damnable dragon." And he sniffs around through the air and then looks towards. He says, "I suppose I'll wander this world and see if it's actually worth living in. But for now, I need to go see to the remains of my men." And he turns around to this wall over here and siphons up power in his right hand and just hurls it straight at the wall and explodes outwards. And he says, "From what I can smell, fresh air's that way. I'm heading in a different direction." And he walks straight where you came from, up to where the bones of his men lie. So he's no longer there. He's now off screen.
Logan, what's going on? What's he saying?
Hell just happened.
Well, he was a little bit peeved that you had his armor on, Rezon, and that's what the whole, picking you up and throwing you around was about. But other than that, he just seems like a lost soul. He's
Why did he suddenly put him down? I thought he was going to rip his arms off.
Well, he decided that he should be thankful for Rezon releasing him. He knew, as I do, that apparently the armor was integral to releasing him from his prison. I don't know. He had a change of heart apparently, but he's left to try and find his comrades, which I think he's going to have a little bit of a surprise about, and not a very nice surprise either.
What was that about? I'm going to point at the blasted wall.
As you are talking, you hear like a rumbling from above you, and like rocks smashing into each other, and parts of the floor start giving way, and water starts seeping down through the cracks.
Time to go.
We should.
That was him showing his thanks. But let's go.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Run.
Okay. So you guys dive.
Logan is running.
You guys dive through the hole in the wall, and it's actually sort of like a rock slide, that's been carved by water escaping from this place for thousands of years. So you go, you go down like water parks, like just sliding down this down the last vestiges of this mountain until you all fly through the air and crash into fresh grass. And you can hear like birds flittering around you. And as you turn around, you can see a few hundred feet up the mountain cave in on itself, and rocks fly everywhere. And then, but Rezon, you can make out right at the top, somebody bursts through the actual summit of this place, and just like climbs up. And he's almost like he's in rags, and he just walks over the other side, and you can't see him anymore.
I'm glad Magnus wasn't here to see this.
And
me too.
when you turn around, because you're sitting in the grass, when you turn around, you confronted with that, which is the
Oh God.
the entrance to Kaldanian proper, from the mountains.
It's a welcome relief from
And
the
that's
snow and
where
ice.
we'll leave it for now,
Ah, good.
for this session.
Well, we didn't.
Oh, it's lovely.
We didn't
I only
die?
got and I've only got one person to worry about murdering me.
And I got new armor.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I got
You got new armor and you got a new bow.
pretty bow.
And I got shiny
I've got
new armor.
Pretty bow.
I guess you don't need the bow from me anymore. So I'll probably end up
29.
So,
or
Well,
making it in something.
and who do you see running at you through the wilderness? And then Magnus just comes chasing up and, you know, patting himself down,
as you do.
you know.
It's just-
So he
You wouldn't believe the night I've had.
yeah,
I had to sleep in the forest.
yeah. Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much exactly what he's saying.
Bedroll. There was no wine anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what he's saying.
There was bugs.
So, Magnus.
There was bugs.
Yeah.
And nobody paid me a fire.
And should a man such as I be asked to hunt and skin and cook his own meat, I ask you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Uncivilized
dear.
Finally,
wilderness.
after 3 weeks of campaign, you are out of the mountains, which is nice.
Well, hey.
And we didn't even have to go through the mines of Moria. Oh,
No.
No, we went over the mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
Luckily, Saruman was on vacation.
yeah, there's no Saruman.
All right, guys. Well, I'm not saying goodbye to people who are on the game, but bye to stream, and there should be more stuff on soon. I think we should be playing some more games. Oh, in fact, yeah, we got. If anyone likes Elite Dangerous or talking about games, then tune in on Tuesday because we'll be doing that and talking about games.
I'll
in general.
I'll join you for that, I think, if I'm around.
And
I'm not working.
the next roleplay session will be on next Saturday, which will be Minerva again, where we will see the last Ares session, the climax of their campaign, and then the week after that, and then on the Sunday next week it will be Saga again. And yeah,
Woohoo.
so
Awesome.
it's all going on. Stay tuned to Tribal N7, the YouTube channel. There should be a link on the actual Twitch page if you've missed any of Minerva. This series, Minerva, the first session of Minerva, isn't on YouTube or Twitch because a lot of people, it was their first time role playing and they didn't want to do it on Twitch because it's not exactly fair. But from the second session of Minerva onwards for both crews, they're all on YouTube. And this is the first session, the first series, the Saga Skybreaker campaign, which is on YouTube in its entirety. And it's uncut, like it doesn't cut out, it's recorded, everything's on there. So go and check it out if you want to see what else the gang have been getting up to. So we'll see you next time. See you later.
Bye,
Thanks, guys.
everyone.
Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.